Hello there, and today we'll be reacting to the controversy behind Neuro's 3D movement. So I saw a couple hate comments online, which I was kind of like really confused about. Because I thought Neuro's 3D was really cool. I think it's really special, like what's coming for like a year from now. So I'm really confused like why people would hate on this. So let's find out.
Just made a debut of her brand new 3D model, and it went well until people...
Yeah, it went well until she like tried to punch Vedal and then like broke out bounds. But
Punch me. You won't.
Okay, Jab, what the fuck going on the stage?
started to notice movement they have somewhere seen before. But you might be wondering,
it's still, I don't really see like what the problem is. Like, could people only move in one specific way? Yeah, it just blows my mind, this lot.
how is Fillian even related to Neuro? First of all, this is Neuro's very first 3D debut, and Fillian is already a well-known 3D VTuber. That's why people immediately started comparing the...
So literally just it vaguely looks similar, so they're all just like, oh, this is clearly the same. Shouldn't they start comparing it to like Kazuna Ai then, like the original 3D VTuber?
that Neuro is
I watched her on like debut, guys. Her super hot videos like blew my mind. That is what opened my eyes to like VTubing in the beginning.
entering the same 3D space makes Fillian an unavoidable point of reference. Neuro's
Yeah, that's fair.
creator, Mr. Vedal,
What do you need from me?
is a well-known stream key connoisseur.
You're strinky.
I need your stream key, your PIN number, your social security number.
And that's not just a throwaway title. He made AI clones of Fillian,
I'm only 5, but you know what they say about age difference.
That was freak her out. So like the model that I use for like streaming and like making these videos is actually publicly available. I think I have a link in the description, or to, like the link to the Etsy store, the person who made it. So every so often like people come in and be like, hey, someone's using your model. And it's like, no, actually it's kind of like a publicly available model that I paid to use. And then they send me like the link of like other channel, and I can't watch those channels because when I see this model, I see me and I hear my voice, and here someone else is using my voice and moving the model like really differently. It just breaks me inside. And also, you've probably noticed my cat. I call him the Voidling, but it's Maro the cat, a German VTuber called Maro the cat. He uses the cat model as his main model. I get a lot of comments on that as well.
Camilla,
Don't give me that tone. That means no black jokes or slurs.
Bao,
The voice stuff is wild, like how closely they can mimic voices now. It's scary, guys.
Wishlist abandoned archive on Steam.
2 months ago, while Fillian was away, her stream key got leaked, allegedly by someone
How did that happen? How does your stream key get leaked?
cosplaying as Aqua.
Fillian's
Strinky.
Now he had years worth of Fillian's streaming data at his fingertips. And
You scraped all of like 3Ds.
that's where things start to get really interesting. When Neuro went 3D, some viewers noticed something familiar. Her movements and gestures echoed Fillian's style almost a little too closely.
I don't think it's a little too close, because I was looking at it, and like from everything I've seen from Fillian, yeah, she's very bouncy and like energetic, and Neuro was too, but and for me it's a different way. Neuro was moving kind of like a little child. It's kind of weird. She had like this nervous energy, kind of. She was kind of moving like this constantly, like bouncing up and down. I don't know how old Fillian is, but like, you know, she's not like 8 years old, like that kind of infectious kid energy. Do you know what I mean?
Sparking discussions and speculation online.
But so I do wonder. So I've talked about this before. I've been an AI engineer for like Rolls-Royce Aerospace, and I've done like software engineering for a few years, stuff like that. So I've worked on AIs, and like we've done like LLM training and like, you know, neural networks and stuff like that. So I'm very curious as to how he, air quotes, trained Neuro to move in 3D. And I talk about this a lot in like the videos where I covered Neuro. And I also like people message in the comments and I respond like, oh, is this how it actually works? Because in Minecraft, apparently she has like 3 kind of AIs running at once that she oversees. You got one looking at chat, you got one controlling her model, and you got one looking at Minecraft and like controlling the movement for that. Then she's like the central like AI, and she sends commands to those 3 different kind of sub AIs to like interact and do other stuff like that. So it's very curious to see how they do it for 3D, because it's not as easy as like say playing Minecraft where you can use computer vision. The 3D stuff, you've got to move the skeleton in like really complex ways that don't make sense to an AI. Like, let's just be honest. You'll see YouTube videos out there, they've got lots of millions of views of where they train the AI, I don't know, several million times over for it to even just like get like to walk straight. I'm very curious as to how they trained Neuro, because she's have to have taken it from some kind of template, because I can't imagine Vedal's done all that like processing himself. He could well have done, but I don't think we're gonna get an answer to that. You know, like there's a lot of work that goes into moving in a 3D plane as humans, and we just take it for granted. AI doesn't have that like evolutionary default, so I'm very curious to see how she actually did get air quotes trained.
Viewers noticed immediately the cartwheel alone is practically identical.
But it's a cartwheel. Oh, pause on a really unfriendly frame for YouTube. We can enjoy this as I rant, but it's a cartwheel. Of course they're gonna be similar. Like, is it? You know what I mean? Like this for me is really nitpicky in a way that I think isn't really deserved.
Twist. Every landing, it's like watching Fillian all over again. She's showing signs of ADHD, just like Fillian. Became a Dark Souls.
I interpreted the air quotes ADHD for an AI. It's just like nervous child energy, you know?
Fan,
Praising the sun.
also like Fillian. But that's not all. What is she even doing here? You could say she's glitching out because of bad programming, but
I know that's not a screenshot of his actual like VS Code, but she was kind of glitching out, and like there's a point where like her head spins all the way around. It's like it's creepy and stuff like that. But I interpreted this as the 3D AI exploring the 3D space, and that's like I have shots on that stuff as well, of where you can see like, in my opinion, it looks like she's just feeling what that space is. Feeling's the wrong word, obviously. Interpreting the space in front of her. But that's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel like she was mimicking movements. It felt she was legitimately trying to interact with the space.
think again. She was coded by Vedal himself. This small turtle is clearly the best programmer on Twitch.
Yeah. So not only did he like download all of like Fillian's streams, he then somehow worked out a way to only focus on Fillian, copy all of her movements, develop them as a move set for Neuro, who has a different model and a different skeleton. I know there's a lot of morphing that happens on like these 3D models. So, like there's a lot of like wiggle room stuff like that. But people are kind of assuming Vedal's working on this almost like he's a AAA developer where they've got 100 animators working on like skeletons. Guys, I don't think it's that intense.
So where is she looking? Clearly not at Vedal, because he's the one controlling the camera. If she wanted to look at him, Neuro would look straight into the frame.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Fillian is probably a real human and actually has to drink during her streams. It looks like Neuro
They're saying like Neuro was copying her like drinking.
is trying to take off the VR headset to have a drink, just like Fillian. Why else would she be doing that? I've thoroughly researched and uncovered substantial evidence from leading experts in this field.
Experts is a WoW guild.
They even asked me to document their hard work. Look, they're waving. By the 45-minute mark, people had already begun pointing out that it was Fillian's training data.
But even if it is, like let's just say like it absolutely is Fillian's like cartwheel data or whatever. So oh no, she walks and cartwheels like a normal person. Oh fucking hell, shut it down then.
100% sure this was from Fillian. She sat like that on stream a lot.
Fillian barely does any backflips on stream, which is why Neuro couldn't pull off a backflip on her own.
It's funny because Neuro was kind of convinced she did the backflip as well.
And that's when all the speculation started. Even Vedal had to step in and confirm that it was purely AI.
It's rendered in Unity. Yes, this is what I was saying. He's definitely got... He's trained her. She's got like a pre-made skeleton, and the skeleton is working through the various motions that are like allowed in the parameters. So it is like game development. Obviously, it's in Unity, which makes sense. I'd love to know more about it, but I haven't done this type of work before. I haven't done any 3D graphical space. I'd love to, but like, I'm gonna be honest, it's too hard. Too much math for me. I'm much better at doing like logic stuff than like 3D physics stuff. I'm convinced it's just because when I was looking at the model, if I step back and view it from like an AI perspective, and I even said this in the video actually, you can see that she must have what I call emotional sliders, of where depending on where the conversation's going, she'll put more points in one emotional slider than the other, and she probably has like a ratio that she like not toggles, but you know, like kind of slides up and down between, kind of like faders on like a mixer. And that's how I thought that she was directing conversation in a way. I know she's responding to Vedal, but she does like go off on her own, and does like weird rants. But I also think that that's what she was doing for the movement as well. It makes sense to, you'll have at this technical time, you'll have a constructor, which will be like the model. And then on that, you'll have various methods. One of those methods will be like the emotion method. And with that, there's methods within that method. So I imagine that he translated that into movement. You've got a movement method. It's got different movements in that. Based on her emotion, it'll trigger different movements as well. That's why I think he's done it. I don't think it's like this massively complex piece. Frankly, there's probably pre-made movement assets for Unity that is probably just used by default, that a lot of game devs just use and reuse. That's kind of the point of Unreal Engine 5, you know? And that's why all the games are shit.
He didn't disclose the training data source, but it was obvious at that point.
Yeah, because you'll never disclose the training source. I mean, but even if it does include Fillian, I don't see why that particularly matters.
However, the movement tells a different story. Neuro enters the cartwheel in an arc, while Fillian does it at a straight
Enhance.
angle. So it might have been Vedal himself. He loves VR.
Yeah. That is a cool inception. It's actually Vedal himself who made the training data using himself to empower Neuro in 3D. I kind of like that. It's like the turtle theory, or the tortoise theory.
There's 1,800 hours on VR chat.
And wouldn't miss this
Damn.
kind of opportunity. For now, the question remains unanswered, yet all signs quietly point back to one individual behind.
Yeah, so if he doesn't use third-party solutions, because I'm not a Unity expert, it's not something I've spent a great deal of time on, but I imagine they do have pre-made like movement assets for 3D models in there. I could be completely wrong. Is that classed as third-party because it's baked into Unity? I don't know, because you gotta have a starting point, unless you're coding this from scratch, which I severely doubt.
Behind the scenes. Whether he'll ever admit it or not is a mystery for another day.
Every day, I imagine a future.
Oh, she's so damn cute. I mean, god damn. Yeah, so that's my take on it. I don't really care if she was using someone else's training data. I mean, here's the thing. Facebook has scraped every single book, copyright or not, and have used it to feed their AIs. They got taken to court and they had to pay some money. And they even admitted they were using piracy websites. So like, people give a fuck about that? No, because they're still using Facebook and Instagram, you know? I don't understand why you suddenly put this critical lens on Vedal when you don't have evidence he's done that. We've got evidence Facebook and Meta have done that. That's my take. I thought the 3D was really cool. I don't care what people say about this at all. I thought it was really sweet. I'm looking forward to like the big like show like a year from now. I think it's a year from now. Honestly, I subscribe to the idea that he did the movement himself now. I think that's really funny, and it does make sense based on the number of hours he's got in the VR chat. And in my opinion, having done like a bunch of AI work, it's likely that he made his own training data and did it that way, because you can't trust like this random third-party stuff. It's got a lot of garbage in it. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just did it himself. That is really cool. I'd love to find out. I don't think he'll ever expose that data because it's proprietary to Neuro, you know? Neuro is a very powerful brand. Why would you give any of the secrets away? So we'll never find out, but I think in general, he's very trustworthy compared to like a lot of other people out there. So that's my take. Links in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget that I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I shall catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.